So you're thinking about moving to Phoenix, Arizona. That's just what I did over 10 years ago from Wisconsin. As someone who's relocated myself, I know Phoenix can be a bit of an adjustment and certainly isn't for everyone. Today, I'm gonna share with you 11 reasons why you may wanna reconsider making a move to the Valley of the Sun. Let's kick things off with the obvious, shall we? Reason number 1, the heat. Oh boy, can it get hot here. We've got scorching summers that can make you question your life choices, all while hearing, but it's a dry heat. Picture stepping into an oven or a blow dryer blowing straight on your face. If you enjoy sweating in places you didn't even know existed, well, Phoenix might just be your personal paradise. However, Phoenix has perfected the art of indoor cooling. Air conditioning is practically a religion here, and you'll find yourself seeking solace in the refreshing embrace of AC units wherever you go. After a while, you will embrace the heat, embrace the pool parties, and embrace all of the fun indoor activities Phoenix does have to offer. Reason number 2. Now, let's talk about the critters, the little pests that come with the territory. This one is by far my mother-in-law's worst nightmare. I remember when they moved from Illinois, she would call me daily to ask me a new question about the pests we have out here. And yes, we do have our fair share of interesting critters in Arizona, from scorpions to coyotes to javelinas. But fear not, it is possible to mitigate pest issues through proper pest control measures, so you can sleep soundly knowing they won't be any unexpected roommates. Also, in my experience, these pests are far less common than most people imagine. And some of this depends on where you choose to live. If you want to live by the mountains, then yes, you are more likely to encounter pests. If you live in the city like I do, you may come across the occasional coyote walking down the street, but that's really it. Reason number 3. Oh, and did I mention that Phoenix is the fastest growing city in the country? Phoenix is known for its urban sprawl. That's right, we're like a hotbed of opportunity, a magnet for innovation and progress. In fact, Phoenix has been named one of the fastest growing states in the past several years. And recently, news came out that Queen Creek and Maricopa are 2 of the 15 fastest growing cities in the nation. The city's rapid growth has led to a sprawling area, which means longer commutes and increased traffic congestion. Traffic, yes, the infamous traffic. Every city has its fair share, and Phoenix is no exception. During peak hours, it can make your daily commute longer than anticipated. Add to that what seems like endless construction on the interstate. Just the other day, we were headed to a new pizza spot that should have only taken us 25 minutes, but instead took us 40 due to interstate closures. Literally, entire major portions of the interstate closed. So it's important to consider your tolerance for traffic and plan your living arrangements accordingly to help minimize commuting challenges. Also, once you get used to it, you'll become a Zen master of avoiding rush hour and finding alternate routes. Honestly, I don't plan anything until after 9 a.m. and try to finish up by 4 p.m. Hopefully, with the interstate expansions that are happening everywhere, traffic will start to ease up in the coming years. Now, let's talk dollars and cents. Affordability is a concern for many people. While Phoenix has seen growth in housing prices, it's still relatively affordable compared to some major cities. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest to live in, but I also wouldn't say it's the most expensive. A lot of the affordability will depend on the city you choose to live in and the lifestyle you live. For example, if you want to live centrally near all the trendy hotspots, it's going to cost more compared to living further out in some of the suburbs such as Buckeye or Santan. For overall cost of living, Phoenix ranks number 37, so it's higher than, say, Illinois or Texas or Wisconsin, but lower than New York and California. Be sure to check out my other video on the cost of living in Phoenix, where I go into more detail about categories such as utilities, income, housing, and taxes. If you're finding this video helpful so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. This one has been all over the news lately. Water. Water is a precious resource in the desert, and Phoenix faces potential water scarcity issues. We really do have a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. The city relies on water from distant sources, which can create concerns about long-term sustainability. Water conservation efforts are crucial here. We've also become masters of xeriscaping, an art form that transformed landscapes into desert-friendly water-saving wonders. So if your dream is of having an emerald green lawn, you may need some reimagining. The snowbirds. Picture this every winter. Phoenix becomes a tropical paradise for our friends from colder regions. They flock here, enjoying the warmer weather and boosting our economy. While it can bring economic benefits and a vibrant social scene, the influx of snowbirds may lead to more crowded amenities and higher demand for certain services during the winter season. It also adds to that traffic congestion I mentioned earlier. Now, let's talk about public transportation. Phoenix is a city that's constantly evolving, including its public transportation network. While it may not be as extensive as some older cities, we're making strides to improve connectivity and accessibility. So if you're a diehard metro rider, it may take a little adjustment. You may also want to take this into consideration when deciding where to move. We used to live in an area where the light rail, which is our train system, wasn't accessible at all. Now we only live 2 blocks from a train stop and absolutely love how easy it is for us to get to downtown to all of the events and great hotspots. All right, sensitive subject, let's touch on politics. Like any other place, we have our fair share of passionate folks with varying political viewpoints. Depending on your personal beliefs and values, it's important to research and understand the prevailing political landscape in the area. And each suburb certainly has its own. And recently, Arizona has become a battleground state and has a constantly shifting political landscape. So it's just something to note that during election season, the political ads and rallies are pretty constant here. Plus, you have a plethora of hideous political signs at every corner. If you enjoy the changing seasons, Phoenix may not be the best fit for you. I think this is one con that many people underestimate, particularly if you're moving from the Midwest like I did. The weather remains relatively consistent throughout the year, with mild winters and limited rainfall. If you prefer the beauty of fall foliage and snowy winters, you won't find them here, but you can find them just a short 2-hour drive north. However, I know many transplants who mention that they miss that winter feeling at Christmas time. It's not quite the same when you're outside grilling in your shorts and flip-flops. Let's talk about homelessness. Like many growing cities, Phoenix faces challenges when it comes to homelessness. It's an issue that's being actively addressed by the city and various organizations, but it's something to be aware of. While I've personally seen homelessness throughout the city, there are certainly areas that you see it more often than others. For example, I live in Central Phoenix now and see far more than when I lived in North Phoenix. But again, I've seen it in all areas I've lived in. Last is school quality. Arizona ranks number 45 in the US according to the US News and World Report. As with any place, the quality of education can vary depending on the specific neighborhood and school district. It's essential to do thorough research and consider the options available when it comes to schools, especially if you have children or are planning to start a family. Fortunately, Phoenix offers a range of educational opportunities, including public, private, and charter schools, ensuring that you can find a good fit for your family's needs. The other thing that threw me off a bit about Phoenix is how school selection works. Much of it is done via lottery, and you must choose a school early on to get on the list. So you may need to have a school ready to go if you don't win that lottery. So there you have it. Some of the reasons you may want to think twice about moving to Phoenix, Arizona. But you know what? At the end of the day, every city has its quirks and challenges. Phoenix, with its vibrant culture, incredible opportunities, and unique desert charm, might just be the place for you to call home. If you have any questions about what I love or what I hate about living in Phoenix, don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact info is below. And if you're ready to embark on making a move, give me a shout. Until next time.